This little film is going to be about the redbone snow goose call, and the techniques used to blow it are very simple to the ones that blow anybody's reeded snow goose call. We'll talk first about the grip. Much like a speckled belly call, we'll wrap our fingers close down to the tip of the insert, wrap our fingers around it, except this time what we want to do is we want to create more of a megaphone with our hands, a big cup like this. The snow goose sound is it's a wide ranging of pitches and pressures and just different sounds, so we're not really trying to be very accurate with it. What we're trying to do is just get a sound out there. Our snow goose calls are kind of built around an idea that in snow goose hunting that the decoys are doing the work, that they're doing the hail call, and what we're trying to do is just put a little realism in there with it without giving our position away in the spread or something. So we're more into the hail calling, very loud calling, and then very soft finishing calls. And so a megaphone type hand grip will get your sound out there and cut the sound of the snow goose call down some for the close in stuff. Now we want to remember that hanging that trigger finger over the end of the call like that is going to give us a lot of control, especially up close, because we can back pressure the call so easily with it by blocking the end of the insert with this trigger finger right here. So when we grip it, we're going to be hanging over the ends a little. Now the snow goose air presentation is you can use a voice or a scratch type sound, a clear air type sound, but basically what it's designed to do is be a reflection of your voice. What you put in the call is a lot of what's going to come out of it. So you'll be more or less calling into the call like a snow goose to get the sound out of it. All right, starting on the bottom, the simplest stuff, we'll go with the murmur, and we'll just be saying the word woo 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 into the snow goose call to make that snow goose murmur. And you can see as you close it up, slow the air down, make a ball out of your hands, bring the pitch down, let it open, you know, do those kind of things. And you can get no better instruction for snow goose calling than to buy a snow goose tape like you use in conservation season, plug it in and listen to it. You'll work out your pitches and things much faster that way. So I'm not gonna really try to teach pitch. I just want to show some of the mechanics here about what we need to do to get the sound out of the thing. Like I'm saying, we're going to be using our megaphone type grip, not trying to close the call up too much, saying words like Ike, Auk, what a snow goose, what the sounds you hear, you'll be trying to imitate that into the call and let the call transform your voice into what the goose is doing. And like I said, it's going to be two types, long range and short. There's very little intermediate calling in snow goose calling for my style anyway. So for the close end, the murmur would be you know, so they give that kind of letting the sound come out of different sides of your hand, or throw the sound around on the spread, because you don't want to make a constant sound, because they'll pick up on that train of sound they hear and locate you in the spread, not what you want to do. So don't just make a constant noise with your call, because they'll pick up on it. Now the short calling, just little notes, you'll just be saying things like that into your call to make it sound like a goose on the ground. And you know, you'll be throwing a little bit of your murmur stuff in there with it. difference in saying Ike and Alk. Ike would be, Alk will give you. Okay, that's basically your close-in stuff, and it's just going to be, don't get too excited with it. You know, there's a style of close-in calling that drags out the note a lot, and that can be effective. Just enough calling to keep the birds interested and not enough to where they can locate you in the spread. Okay, some more of a little bit of our close-in calling. You know, finishing sounds, keeping the bird in on line would be, like we were talking of the putting your voice into it to make the snow goose sound, sort of calling into the call. And you remember the snow goose sound is not just a monotone, it's kind of a bent note. So you want to... One of the techniques you can use to bend the sound like that is your hand movement. You can start with your hand down some, start the sound, and then as you end the sound, open your hand and it'll give it a little high end. Same way with closing. You start with your hand out, blow the note, and as the note ends, pull the hand in. Also, we can see that as we tighten the grip with our right hand, as we close down, we create a back pressure, changes the pitch. Okay, now that's basically it for the close-in stuff. I mean, snow goose calling is not rocket science. All we're trying to do is make some noise, get their attention, hold them on line. The decoys are actually doing the work, or more correctly, where you put the decoys is doing the work. So, snow goose call is just something, you know, just develop some confidence, just to make it seem kind of natural. So we don't really want to overdo it. You're not going to command snow geese out of the sky. It's not going to happen. You're not going to sound like a body of snow geese with a snow call. It just doesn't work that way. Now the hailing part of it is the part I like, because you can just blow your call as hard as you want. You want to try to make it sound like a snow goose best you can. Opening, closing hands, just making a long, loud sound just to get their attention. You'll figure out right quick how hard you can blow your call without sticking it. You want to blow it right up to the edge to where you lock it up. And, you know, back it off, high, low, back it off. Just try to sound like they do in the air, because all you're trying to do is get that effect. After the birds turn, then you want to start trying to sound more like geese on the ground, but for hailing, you want to sound like they do passing by. And you know, you can do that for a long period of time, because the way snow goose calling works, you hit a few notes with gaps, and as you hit in those gaps, you catch you a little short breath, so you can just keep the thing going. And your call is tuned to where you can blow it probably as hard as you want to. And if it's not, if you want to, you can send it back to us and we'll fix it so you can get a lot of volume out of it. You can just stand up on your toes and blow as hard as you want to. Okay, now the snow call has got a lot of Canada sound in it. And if you fool around with it, use a lot of finesse technique, you'll get some good Canada sound out of it. That way you'll have a Canada call hanging around your neck when you have your snow call there. So we'll work on it. You know, your snow call will be... Your Canada sound will be like 1/5 that much air with a lot more back pressure, you know, typical short reed grip or your spec grip to get... So there you see there's quite a bit of tone potential in your call. It's just going to be developing the technique to get it out of there. Very soft blowing for that Canada, and then you just mash on it for that Snow Goose. Your speckle belly call, it's going to get dirty because it's out there and you're laying in the layout bind. You're going to get dust, grit, cope, and everything else in there. So you'll want to clean it out from time to time. Now to take the insert out of it, we're just going to twist it a little bit, twist it on out of there nice and easy. Okay, now we'll just run water in this way, cool water in this way from the tap, cool water in this way, put some water in it, blow it backwards, try to do everything we can not to have to take it apart. But at some point you probably will. If you do, we want to make sure that you have your reed marked with, take a marks a lot and mark across the face of the reed so you can put it back together. Now redbone calls come with very tight guts. So you'll take some kind of an instrument. I mean, you may be able to twist it out of there, but I don't think so. And plus, you may wind up breaking this thing. So just take a pencil, a three-cornered file, a chainsaw file, or whatever, slide it in the back of the insert until you tap the back of the wedge. Make sure you're not on the tone board. Just make sure you're on the wedge right there. Grab it, put your thumb over the wedge so when you push on it, then everything doesn't fly apart. And just ease that out of there. Okay, break it. Take everything apart, wash it all off, dry it off real nice and neat, get all the sand and silt out from underneath it. And then when you come back with it, you want to make sure that the tip of your reed is very, very close to the end of that trough, to the end of your air channel. Okay, then of course you'll slide your wedge up to about where your mark is, grab everything, slide it back into the insert, and then hold it like that to get everything lined up again. Make sure your mark is where you want it, your reed is square in relationship to the end of the air channel, that it's close to the end, everything's like you want. Pinch down on the reed and the tone board to hold it in place. Then just seat it, okay? When you put your barrel back on, line it up good, and ease her in there with a twist. Ready to go. Give it a little... You'll be ready to go. Like we said before, thank you for purchasing a Redbone product, and if you have any questions, anything, we'd be glad to talk to you. You don't have to be a customer of Redbone to call us. We like to talk about Snow Goose calling, spec calling, Canada calling all the time, so feel free to contact us. Look on redbonecalls.com on the internet. Our contact information is there, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much.